Hello world. Um, Starting a new YouTube channel basically to give the average person an idea of what it takes to lose weight and to work out constantly. My name is David. Been well, maybe I should tell you my age. I'm 33. When I was 30 years old, I was overweight. I was actually 226 pounds. And before, okay, so I wasn't overweight my whole life. I was skinny, extremely skinny my whole life. I was, as a little kid, really, really skinny, but also very active. Didn't eat anything. Pretty much peanut butter and jelly and pizza were kind of my go-to things as I grew up as a kid. And then from high school up, I was still pretty skinny, about 155 pounds until I was about 26. But then obviously my metabolism probably started to slow down extremely. So I started to gain weight rapidly. But I started to gain weight due to the fact of just terrible eating habits and not burning any of it off. Working from a home that can do that to you. So I worked from home every day on the computer, very rarely ever going out, and eating a lot of pizza, a lot of Panda Express. Caesar's Pizza was always there. $5 larges. I mean, who can resist that? Especially, thinking Subway was healthy. Please, come on now. Subway is not healthy. If you can buy a foot long for $6, that's not healthy. It's cheap, but it's not healthy. So from all those bad eating habits and working at home, I gained rapidly weight. Slowly but surely, when I was 26 to 30, it wasn't, or 26 to 29, it wasn't too bad. But when I turned about 29, and the eating habits from working home just came to drinking soda, to eating pizza, like I said, Panda Express a lot. And then overeating, obviously, never concentrating on actually what I put in my body. I actually went to the doctor with bronchitis, not knowing that I had bronchitis. I went on a business trip to Colorado, went snowboarding, had a very hard time breathing when I was out there, elevation obviously, but got bronchitis. And through getting that, coming back home, I went to the doctor's office. I got that taken care of, but an eye opening occurred to me while I was there after I got the inhalers to breathe in with the substance so that I can get the bronchitis out of me. I had to go in for a checkup, and then when I went in for my checkup, they actually took blood work. When I went in there for the bronchitis, and then on my checkup, they checked my blood, and they said, basically they said you got two options. You're great for bronchitis, obviously that was healing, but for my weight, I was 226 pounds when I weighed myself in that day. For the doctor, like anybody else, you have to weigh yourself in almost every time that you go to a doctor's office. That, and they check your your temperature in your body, but and your heart rate. So they checked my heart rate, they checked my blood, and then they told me I had two options. I'm 29 years old. They said, okay, what was I, 30? I think I was 30. But anyways, when I went to the doctor's office, and they told me you have two options. One, you could take low cholesterol pills, or two, you could go on a diet. And I was skinny my whole life, and I'm 30 years old, and they're telling me I should go on low cholesterol pills, and I was scared. So right then and there, I told them, nope, I'm going on a diet. I don't care what the cost is or anything. So I went on a special program where I took a supplement, a pill that has been FDA approved since the 60s, which basically curbs your appetite. It's an appetite suppressant. I did that the first year in 2015. I started in, I think, sometime in mid-February. Started taking that, and obviously on a restricted diet, no carbs, no sugar. Calorie intake was 1,200 calories a day. Lots of protein, obviously, but very minimal. And it was difficult, but definitely the appetite suppressant helps, obviously. So taking that for about 90 days, I lost 35 pounds. So I weighed about 190, which was awesome. But like most people, when they hit a point that they felt that they were satisfied with, they stick with it. So I didn't. I didn't stick with it at all. I actually thought I was invincible. I thought I can just take this crap, and then I'm never going to gain the weight again. And obviously that's wrong, because as my metabolism, as you get older, your metabolism slows down, and you can't eat pizza, you can't have milkshakes, you can't have ice cream, Panda Express, and whatever else, McDonald's, whatever else you want, 7 days a week, and expect to lose all that, keep that weight off. Unfortunately, it's not in my genetics. So I gained all that weight back. I weighed 223 pounds, I think, in October. So I lost the weight in March, and I gained it pretty much back in October. It's crazy. That's how fast I gained 30 pounds. And just to let you know, within that 90 days of my weight loss, I did not go to the gym once. This was a program that was on such a low restrictive calorie diet that working out was not advised, because then you could go in epileptic shock if you're not getting enough sugar in your body. And obviously, with no carbs and no sugar, your body still needs some way to break down and have energy. So obviously there are some ingredients like yogurt and several other ingredients that do have a very small amount of sugar. But the problem is that I could not work out during that time. So I didn't work out at all that year. So I decided to make it a vow that I would keep off the weight. So I started again January 1st, 2015, that I would keep the weight off this time. And so I did. So I actually went back on that diet for another maybe 75 days. It was actually faster the second time, due to the fact I only had to lose. I actually wanted to lose 50 pounds instead of 30. So I wanted to get down to a better weight where I felt more comfortable, that I can do more, kind of not cheat, but eat more and not gain a lot of fat during that time. Because I wanted to almost like not bodybuild, but I definitely wanted to go to the weight training classes. I wanted to lift weight and gain muscle. So what happened was I decided to make that oath. About 75 days, I lost 50 pounds, 55 in total, but my weight fluctuates now. So right now I weigh 183, but I've gone down to 173. So I've gained 10 pounds, but it's all muscle. I didn't gain fat, maybe a pound of fat, but from pictures that you'll see throughout this conversation, you'll see from fat to skinny, where I lost down to 175, where you'll actually see a lot of loose skin, to where I'm at today at 183, where you won't see much loose skin. You'll kind of just see the muscle that appears around my body. Now, being 33 and working out for 2 years straight, or almost 2 years straight, there's still going to be very difficult harshes with me. I don't have a six-pack abs. Unfortunately, when I was at 173, I didn't have a six-pack abs, and I worked abs 3 days a week. Some people will tell you work 5. You're not supposed to work abs every day. They tell you to do 300 reps. I did 300 reps. I did dozens of exercises in the gym, and I could feel the abs, definitely. But unfortunately, there's a layer of fat on my stomach that prevents me from revealing the increases of the abs. But you could definitely feel them throughout the core, that I got six-pack abs. It's just a layer of fat over it, and no matter how hard I work on them, I have to basically lose 20 pounds so that you can see my abs, and I'm not going to lose 20 pounds. I don't feel comfortable in that. I'm 5'11", and the BMI scale says that I'm actually obese, but that's actually wrong. I've been to doctors, and the BMI scale doesn't account for that factor of somebody at 33 that actually works out. they just think that, oh, well, if you didn't work out, then obviously I'd be in the obese category. But I do work out, so there's a lot of muscle there, and obviously muscle weighs more than fat. So those are the things that you kind of got to look at, encountering when you're gaining weight and you're trying to figure out muscle to fat ratio. And I've done my body fat percentage, and I'm at 15% body fat, which is automatically in the just right above the athletic level. So, and that's where I want to be. I want to be around the 12 to 15%, and I hit the 15, and I'm fine with that. At 33 years old, I don't expect to be a bodybuilder. I don't expect to be a world-class athlete. I expect to be healthy and to live a very healthy lifestyle where I can go outside, be comfortable in the shirts that I wear, the pants that I wear. I wear a size 32 inseam. I am okay with that. I don't need a size 30. I'm not trying to be skinny. I'm not trying to be fat, obviously. I'm not trying to look all big and huge. I want to look somewhat athletic, but also not starving myself. I eat around 25 to 3,000 calories a day. I eat very little sugar. I drink only water and coffee. So I drink protein shakes twice a day. Those are my mid-meal snacks. I eat 3 regular meals a day. I eat plenty of food. I'm never starving. I don't look, I don't look bloated or anything. You just got to basically pace yourself, and that's what I've done. I've paced myself over time, and I've learned, and I've made a lot of mistakes. So I just wanted to introduce myself, kind of give you a background of me, and I want to give more advice to anybody that would like to hear it, of what I've gone through. This is a middle-aged, early to middle-aged person. I guess middle-aged, you could say 40, but I have worked out with a friend of mine that's 45, and I've given him the same advice that I would give you guys, and it's worked for him. It's worked for me. I have read hundreds of articles about weight loss, about muscle supplementation, about building muscle, what exercises, what, blah, 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 blah. And for 2 years, I am happy with where I'm at. Obviously, I still want to continue to build muscle. It takes years to build muscle. It doesn't happen overnight, I'll tell you that right now. Right now, I'm benching 185 comfortably, but I can max out at 205, probably even a little bit more. I haven't tried. But from somebody that never worked out a day in their life to, not getting a trainer, somebody that used an app, which I will talk about later, but used apps, read the articles, you find a good rhythm. You can't stick to it for 6 months and expect to look the same. You got to change your routine every 2 months. 6 to 8 weeks is recommended. So I work out 5 days a week for an hour. I don't go more than that because you don't. For somebody that works out every day, you don't gain from it. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not trying to get the tons of abs. I just want to look healthy and eat clean. So this is the start of my YouTube channel. I hope you guys like it, and I'm going to give advice on everything that I've ever encountered in the gym. Probably won't do much gym showing because 24-hour doesn't really allow you to record while you're in the gym, and I work out by myself. But I'll give you guys my routines so that you guys can understand what I do on a daily basis. And I'll show you the app that I use to start my workouts, and then the articles and stuff that I've read, and I will share anything that I've learned so that you guys can have an idea of what you want to pursue from a 5-day-a-week workout. I mean, if you want to go down to 3 days a week, you can do that. I did that for a year. And then I decided to go on up because I like to do mud runs. I do a Tough Mudder run. I do the Spartan races. And I am extremely happy with where I'm at with the world today, with how people are so unhealthy and how I was woken up. I would like to wake up some people out there in the world. So, and I'm not a trainer. I'm not certified in one damn thing, but I will try to give you the best advice that I have gone through. And if you have any questions, I'd be glad to help. All right, we'll see you guys on the next video.